Deshaun Watson, an absolute Heisman Trophy candidate, and really made a name for himself a year ago in this game at Death Valley when, despite a torn ACL, he played.
And he played well, Dave. It was incredible.
You didn't think I could do it again, did you? The joke's on you, Jack. Yeah. We did it again. We did it again.
There's a lot of Clemson fans who made that 2.5-hour trip who are here. A lot. Yeah, really. Watson, middle of the field. That's Leggett, the tight end. The Mackensie Award's in the finalist.
They pick up the blitz coming here on the outside. Gallman does a great job of slowing it up. And then Sky Moore loses sight of Leggett. Green is a really solid tackler anyway, and the initial pressure by Lawson. There's Green. He's got contain on that one and played it perfectly.
He'll keep it and made the right decision. South Carolina territory, fighting off tacklers until he gets inside the 40-yard line. A lot of pressure coming, very quickly throws in, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line. Clemson forces the turnover, the interception by Adrian Baker.
Or I don't think he saw Baker doing that slough technique where Baker had the flat and there was no threat there, so he backed off and he was really out of the quarterback's vision.
Fourth on the run, and down he goes at the 30-yard line. Shaq Lawson, he's going to be an All-American. That's his 20th tackle for a loss, 8.5 sacks. There's that middle of the field attack. There's Kane. And he'll get inside the 14-yard line before he is tackled by Rico McWilliams. That's a 20-yard pickup.
That is as good as it gets. I mean, he let him on. Watson loves to run it in this area.
He'll do so behind the block from Gallman. He'll get the first down and leap into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Touchdown, Clemson.
Going a little bit now. Hollywood end zone here, coming right at you. Watch him finish this thing up in the air. That's how they do it at Clemson.
Back to the ground, goes Gallman, fights off Hollywood. Here comes a little bit of pressure. Nunez is back in, and they weren't fooling at all. As the fake Deshaun Watson was not blocked. That's a loss of at least 3. And getting out of there is Shaq Lawson with another tackle for a loss.
Linebacker, number 10. Now I take it back, it was 44. Goodson, those guys are interchangeable.
Yeah.
They play so well.
Safety Diggs comes in on the blitz, but it's picked up. There's your first deep shot, taken by the Tigers, and it's caught! It's King! It's 6!
Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, it took a while, but it was worthwhile. waiting for. Just a perfect throw. I'm almost indefensible. And they have got Deshaun Watson rolling now. He's been solid and spectacular. This is an unbelievably great throw. And I see it every week when Watson goes back for the deep ball.
Under pressure, he just freezes. Down he goes. You name your favorite Clemson lineman, but it was mainly Watkins in there, along with Lawson, also B.J. Goodson, and they're all down there. This is Cooper, double pass. Cooper is in trouble, and down he goes. Oh, B.J. Goodson destroying the place. That's some impact, baby.
Goodson just put it on him.
Off here to Scott down the pass. Scott down the sideline. Breaks through. It's Watson on the fake. 25. But he's just gliding down the field. And he'll glide to the pylon. Touchdown, Watson.
Touchdown, Clemson.
He's so good in the open space. He got a great block from Renfro. So this play stands. A touchdown from Watson. And Clemson starts out this second half rolling.
Now again, South Carolina behind Lorenzo Nunez. And he's just thrown back. I mean, there's no other way to describe that. He just threw it.
And he actually had to double clutch it to wait for it to come open. That's a perfectly thrown ball.
There's that shoulder fake. He goes underneath the Leggett. 15, 10, and he's finally brought down.
Back to that previous pass play and the patience that Watson had along with his receiver Leggett.
To the ground, Fuller. First down, and very close. It is. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Clemson.
Boy, the right side of the offensive line did an outstanding job. I mean, they knocked number 95, Dante Sawyer, all the way back into the end zone practically on a double team. That was Tyrone Crowder and Joe Gore.
Touchdown.
They run the reverse to Cooper. Trying to get to the edge. What a play in pursuit by T.J. Green. Kept that from being a big play. No gain. Well, the junior from Alabama. Watson has time. Middle of the field and first down. Watson, he'll fire it. Wide open inside the 10. Trevion Thompson was there. What a throw by Watson on a rope.
Incredible throw.
He goes left. That's a block. He got it. His third rushing touchdown of the day.
Touchdown, Clemson.
Mitch Hyatt did an outstanding job, and then they pulled the big boy Eric McLean around, and he picks off somebody.
And Deshaun Watson continues to flash Heisman credentials when his Tigers need him. Watson's got room to run, on the run. Beautiful location for Leggett. Those two have hooked up for some big plays.
These boys can't hold us back. 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 Oh no, no.
Bigger issues. Clemson's pretty good on D.
Here they come, and there's a sack at the 10-yard line. They brought just about everybody. And the big beneficiary that time was Dodd, but Goodson, Boulware, they all came in that time.
That knee was down and the ball was right there. I think this is going to be short, depending on, on this side of the field. It's not the official change.
After further review, the runner was stopped short of the line of the game. The ball was placed at the 25.5. First down and 10. Clemson.
It is over. The Tigers 12-0 for Dabo Sweeney.
At the end of the day, 34 years, we're 12-0, and ties for the winningest record ever in Clemson history. But man, it's good to be state champs and Atlantic Division champs. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Dave.
Thank you, Coach Sweeney. Thank you, Janine. It was wonderful to see you this week. And thank you to our crew, and thank you all very much for watching. Clemson Tigers 12-0 for the regular season. South Carolina finishes with 3 wins. Our final score today, 37-32. The Tigers win the Palmetto Bowl. That'll wrap it up for our portion of this rivalry weekend. From Columbia, I'm
JC and Irmo on the Academy Sports and Outdoor Hotline. JC, go right ahead.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Coach. Coach, I was wondering, I've been in a lot of opposing stadiums. In that one stadium, they always play in that song that goes, "We too deep." Hey. And I was wondering if maybe we might have something, with Coach even getting out there, doing a little nay-nay, doing a little whip, whatever it takes, and maybe just to get the crowd fired up a little bit.
I don't think we can turn it around, Todd. Coach, I'm not a big believer.
I tell you what, we had another sorry practice today. These guys, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat anybody this year. Quarterbacks, they can't hit the broadside of the barn. I don't know if we can hit that indoor facility right there. Receivers, they couldn't catch a cold if it was the middle of February, dropping everything. Defensive backs, I wonder why they got grass stains all over the jerseys. They fall about every play. And the kickers, geez. It's like the Army, left, right. They're kicking it all over the place. I don't know if we beat anybody this year. God. Leadership? No, we don't have any leaders out here. Guys are soft. Now that we're 7-6, some of our enemies out there, what make you think Spurs getting old, we can't do it anymore. And they'll try to convince our people that our 76 is not as good as some other school 76s. They'll try to do that. But we got to understand that we have some enemies out there. Our team doctor told me that physically and mentally, I'm about like a 55-year-old guy. I still call the plays, I still run the show, and I plan on coaching a long time. Okay, first of all, I'm resigning. I'm not retiring. Get that part straight. We need a hustler, a guy with fire and passion, a guy's going to out-recruit Dabo and
Touchdown, did he step out of bounds? There's a flag on the play. All the way back at the line of scrimmage. Oh, goodness.
Come on, SEC officials. Make the right call.
But local boy done good. Tyler Renew from selling peanuts in Williams-Brice to giving the Bulldogs the lead. 56 yards. Renew says, "How do you do?" Fourth down, game on the line. Doomsday D makes a play. And would you believe it? The Citadel shocks South Carolina 23-22.
We lost. I know we lost. Yes.
The Citadel Bulldogs, they've got a heck of a team. They outcoached us. They outplayed us. They outclassed us.
Well, I don't get. Well, what do you want me to do, Rock?
It's not the way you want to come here and lose a ball game, I can tell you that.
Clemson Tigers, the #1 team in the country. I think we're thrilled about that, having the best team in the country coming to Williams-Brice Stadium. I know when I look back and reflect on the #1 teams that I've faced throughout my career, I've got a pretty good track record against going up against them.
Everybody just do your job. You understand that?
Back to back.
Biatch.
you got a chance to change that ACC back to what it used to be, and that means another Clemson championship.
An electric night in Charlotte where a crucial piece of the playoff puzzle will be earned and the Dr. Pepper ACC championship will be won. The Carolina Tar Heels and the Clemson Tigers. Here's the ACC championship trophy. Clemson won it back in 2011.
Deshaun Watson has been one of the great stories, in my opinion, this year in college football. Ability to run and throw. And I think just the command of this offense, you can see he's completing 70% of his passes. Seems to know where to go with the ball before the play even starts, before the ball is snapped. You'll see him tonight have to be able to run the football. It'll be a big key. The good news is it's the healthiest that he's been.
The view shows the dominance of the Clemson orange in this stadium, which is equidistant between the two campuses. Tigers fans, as they always do, coming out in force. It's Wayne Gallman, and the running back gains 10 on first down. Gallman off an 1,145-yard season on third down. Gallman lowers the head. The former outside linebacker in high school shows the toughness, moves the chains.
Flagging, watch 16 as an H-back here. Boom, picks that linebacker up who was actually blitzing downhill. Shaquille Rashad does a nice job right there. Off the play action. Lawson puts a big hit there. He lowers the bone.
Deshaun 5 of 6, but no long completions. We'll take another downfield shot. Jump ball. Scott's got it. Against Malik Simmons. Watson flips it short. Gallman walks it. When Gallman caught it, you didn't think he was headed for the end zone, but he just kept creating space, and there was no one in front of him. Williams hesitates, takes off, but is surrounded by orange jerseys after a very short game. Williams in the pocket, running out of time, flips it short. Hood makes the catch, but does not make first down yardage.
Carter right here, he's caught up, he comes off of his man, he had help there from Goodson, comes off of it, and Brent Venables deciding to go zone.
Williams pressured again, trying to escape, and is going to be knocked down hard. B.J. Goodson and Shaq Lawson determined to get after the quarterback. That'll be the final play of the quarter as the Tigers defense makes a stand. Brooks is the back, low snap. Watson scrambling, has a lot of room. Deshaun Watson shows the acceleration and scampers for a first down.
This affects the quarterback's rhythm, what he's trying to do to read. Luckily, he has the speed to be able to make a defense pay for it.
Watson has a convoy of blockers into the secondary, into Carolina territory, sliding down.
The right guard, Crowder's coming around. Also the running back, Wayne Gallman. Crowder's nobody to block. Look at the big fella, 20 yards downfield. Finally, he's able to get a little bit of Donnie Miles, but there's the acceleration and the speed. Such a different look from Watson the second half of the season.
That's been the pattern when they motion an empty backfield. It may be predictable, but it's tough to stop as Watson walks it. And Clemson reclaims the lead. You saw it, everybody sees it, but how do you stop it? A whole skill set on display. Incompletion and first down, and Hood nowhere to run. Slammed hard.
Watkins as well, 94. DJ Reader, Kevin Dodd, who's improved as much as any of these defenders.
Only 2 completions. Logan nowhere to go. Swung and dropped for a loss by big Shaq Lawson, the Mackensie and Lombardi finalist.
He is about as good as you're going to see on the edge of a defense. Combination of power and speed just threw him to the side and able to get into that backfield.
Williams takes off, weaves his way, but he'll be brought down from behind by T.J. Green.
And I think right now the battle is being lost up front, and it's putting a lot of pressure on Williams.
Almost intercepted. He threw it right into traffic, and Carlos Watkins, the big 300-pounder, had a chance.
How about the recognition by the big fella? Just waiting for the ball to be thrown. That's just great preparation and scheming throughout the week.
Pressure again. Cannot escape, will be dropped for a loss. And Watson looks near side. The catch is made inside the 40-yard line, and that was Leggett.
That's a big-time throw from the right hash all the way to the numbers on the left. Strong arm and great accuracy.
And Watson delivers in traffic. McLeod makes the catch, and the freshman knocked down inside the 25. 2nd and 4. Watson gets it out quickly to Gallman, who gets a block. Gallman stutters down. Knocked down. No, he's not knocked down. Stretching for the goal line.
You go back, they finally get Wayne Gallman out with a little bit of room to run, and you can see what he's capable of doing.
Watson still got the ball. Flips it into the end zone for a touchdown. Sweet execution, and it is Jordan Leggett, the tight end, with his 7th touchdown reception this year. So the Tigers defense got a stop, and this capped a 68-yard, 10-play drive in a minute 54.
You know, that's what they needed. We talked about North Carolina had the ball. Pretty good field position. They had a chance to come get the ball and start the second half. They were thinking about trying to at least get a field goal, but Clemson defense gets him off the field. Dabo Swinney's got to be excited.
Williams pressured again, just desperately heaves it incomplete. Williams now on the slant, intercepted. Stuffing in front of the defensive back was Tankersley, his 5th of the season.
Ball was allowing Tankersley to catch up to it. They brought pressure, balls tipped, got behind him, and look at Tankersley again, a guy that they picked, teams picked on him early, and now you see him making plays. That ball looked like it was tipped by Curse.
How about the hands of Tankersley?
Yeah, great adjustment to the ball. Great hand-eye coordination right there. He really took it away from Davis.
Penalty really backs him up to the 1, and now Gallman hammers ahead, spins free, almost busted it. This time he throws it, and Peak makes the catch and backpedals out of bounds with first down yardage. Needs 7 on 3rd down. Watson rolls out, delivers a strike for first down yardage there. Scott got it in heavy traffic. It's a first down throw again, a trick play. They pitch it to Gallman, who's got the corner. Gallman tight-roping, knocked out at the 10.
Self-imposed exile, learn to let the awesome out. Even if I was homeless, I would still have an awesome house. Cause the world is mine. Lupe to the rescue, the world is fine.
Gallman barrels in, touchdown Clemson. A 97-yard touchdown drive. 1 yard longer than their first half drive, and all of a sudden the Tigers are getting closer to that playoff.
A 96-yard drive and a 97-yard drive can really affect a defense and their confidence and their fatigue as this game wears on.
They have not faced anywhere near the quality of defense Clemson is presenting tonight. Now they try to get Hood going, but he is hit immediately. Quick penetration there by Christian Wilkins, the freshman. Williams is trapped behind the line. Williams. Protection breaks down as he just throws it into the ground. Wilkins again in the quarterback space. Watson rolling out, looking for Scott. Tigers. That's the Deshaun Watson deep ball you expect to see, and Clemson pulling away.
It's a matchup against a safety. Miles, watch him get his foot down. What focus, Bartavis Scott, left foot, throws the right foot down for good measure. Touchdown Tigers. What a throw from the Heisman hopeful Deshaun Watson.
Gallman cuts it back. Watson get out in front.
This is just great vision. A great job of getting to the outside. His ball switches hands there to the left, allowing him to use his stiff arm if he needs it. And how about the backside there? They felt their team had something to prove tonight.
Gallman breaks free. Gallman into the secondary.
The little jump cut here. Watch him right there. The little stutter step, and then he's able to pick up just enough time there.
Gallman again, takes off, hammers down inside the red zone.
He looks fresh to me, too. You know, he had an ankle against Wake Forest, but he's running with a kind of an attitude right now in this fourth quarter.
On 3rd and 4, around the end, Gallman, first and goal. Gallman, who's still a little bit raw as a running back, but has that toughness. Zach Brooks in the backfield, but the quarterback keeps it. A wideout just gallop in the end zone. Take a bow, Deshaun. Now a restrained celebration. Just a little bit of a mini dab there as Clemson stretches the lead back out. Well, over 500 yards for the 9th consecutive game. Tigers getting closer to the playoff. Williams pressured. Ball's out. Tigers have it. Austin Bryant, the freshman you mentioned, came in and recovered the fumble.
Doing this all year. This is Spain trying to slow him down. And there is that relentless effort. Ben Boulware blitzes. Number 10, he gets in as well. Hood cannot slow Boulware down. With the combination of two defenders, Boulware and Lawson, they've been doing it all year for the Tigers, and they come up with maybe the play of the year.
Gallman cuts it back. Gallman has space. Big gain down inside the 35.
Watch to the left. Watch Ron Peak block. Talk about him being an unselfish guy. He's become better known for his blocking.
Gallman again. Just running downhill hard. 9 more for the Tigers. Terry Allen has played an instrumental role in Gallman's improvement this year. He's got it again on the option pitch and is down inside the 15. And what a role model, Terry Allen. Tom Seed giving geographic preference. Watson's got to keep her around the left side and just dives down at the 20, and that will do it. Victory formation as the Tigers are going to win their 16th in a row. Next up, New Year's Eve in the playoff, or the champions of the ACC.
It's very hard to argue with what Clemson has achieved this year on the field. The results on the field, which was that he just talked about beating the likes of Notre Dame and Florida State, and now here in North Carolina and Charlotte. That's very impressive.
And there is only one 13-0 FBS team.
Here's what they think about you. Oklahoma enters this game playing better than the #1 team in the country.
I like Oklahoma, and I think they're going to win big. You talked about that rushing game. I think Oklahoma's going to run all over Clemson with those two backs. I like Oklahoma by 2 touchdowns.
I'm with you. I like the running game, but I really like the pass rush. Eric Striker coming off the edge, trying to track down Deshaun Watson. I think that's where Oklahoma's
running game with Keyline and Mixon and Mayfield is too much. I got Oklahoma.
I'm going even harder. I think Oklahoma is going to take care of Clemson. They're an undefeated team. I think it's going to get away from them in this game. 41-20, Oklahoma embarrasses Clemson.
Oklahoma's defense creates turnovers. Oklahoma wins.
Baker Mayfield, Sterling Shepard, Samaje Perine, Joe Mixon. I think they're going to outscore Clemson.
Oklahoma on both sides of the football find a way to
I go Oklahoma.
Here's what they think about. I did not want to see the two best teams in the country, Alabama and Oklahoma, matched up in a semi-final.
I still think they find a way to beat Clemson because I don't trust Clemson's defense. What the hell are you going to do against Oklahoma with Baker Mayfield and those boys? I'm just not so sure.
I think Oklahoma wins, though. I think they beat Clemson. They are so balanced. I've heard they've watched the Clemson game like 10 times from last year. They know that tombstone and it was buried in the Clemson graveyard for that win. Clemson celebrated. Oklahoma has motivation. Clemson's a one-man team.
I think Oklahoma is going to come out also. I can't see Clemson, matching. I really just can't.
No Tiger love here.
Check it out, Mr. Come on to you, yes, and you, the rhythm, and you, the rebel, and you, forever, for all of y'all. Yes.
And the college football playoff. What a scene. Making their 6th appearance in the Orange Bowl. They're the nation's only undefeated team. Led by the first-team All-American quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Here come the Clemson Tigers. You can start to feel the juices flow, folks. It's getting close. Both backs in there, Mixon and Perine. Play fake and some confusion, and Clemson comes up with a big play defensively on the first snap of the game.
It was Carlos Watkins, number 94, that got the penetration up inside and got a hold of Baker Mayfield.
Striker comes on a blitz, the throws on target, complete, first down, Sharon Peak.
Just beautiful timing by Watson.
Not much there for Perine. Might have gotten a yard out of it. And they're still running him back. B.J. Goodson hit him first, and then Ben Boulware is the guy that dragged him back to the 5-yard line. Only bringing 3 men. Mayfield steps up in the pocket. Here he goes doing his thing, but it might not be enough. Drop back at the 3-yard line by Shaq Lawson.
Dodd is going to force him to leave the pocket. And when that happens, he's met by Shaq Lawson waiting for him. Good pressure by a 3-man rush. 2 defensive ends and the safety, J-Ron Curse.
And a 14-yard loss pins Austin Seibert back. Here's Deshaun Watson on the run, and he's got a first down, I think, at the 18-yard line.
Everybody accounted for, and a quarterback who is willing to take a couple hits when he runs it.
He's actually standing in his own end zone. He's going to keep it. And he's got a lot of room to run. Deshaun Watson off to the races. Cuts back to the middle of the field and all the way to midfield. That's the Deshaun Watson we're used to seeing.
Watch 75 get his block. And then on the perimeter, Trevian Thompson, number 1, blocking on Jordan Thomas.
They act like they might fake it, and they are going to fake it, and the throw is complete. I thought he was going to kick it, but he got it to Christian Wilkins. 41 yards on 4th down.
Unbelievable. They slipped the man out of the backfield. He was unaccounted for, and the punter makes a huge play on the fake punt.
Not a bad catch and run by Wilkins, the big fella, either. Turns into a fullback right there, and he almost took it down the sideline. And now Clemson with a little trickery here. They get it down to the 6. Ray McLeod. Shades of Clemson of old. Second and 2 at the 5. Watson, quarterback draw. Deshaun Watson, touchdown, Clemson. Sometimes taking a risk pays off. Back-to-back plays it didn't. Then Deshaun Watson says, I've done this before, I'll do it again. 96-yard drive in 7 plays. Top-ranked Clemson in front. Blitz coming off the corner. Play action. P-Line picks up the blitz, but Clemson's going to pick up the quarterback. Down in a yard. This is Watson all the way. And he's got the first, and look out if he gets loose. Out across the 40 to the 43.
Watch Gallman lead and get the block on Sanchez. You get an extra blocker.
Just under 9 to play in the half. First down. Clemson throw complete. It's going to be another first down. Arteta Scott got away.
You see what makes him special. His ability after the catch. He's very strong in his upper body.
To bring up second down, and now it's first down again as Gallman spins inside the 20.
Well, we're seeing some balance, some excellent play calling right now by the co-offensive coordinators. We've seen Watson run, and now Gallman getting heated up a little bit.
Mayfield. He changes his field, throws back the other way. Dangerous throw, broken up by Mackensie Alexander. Boy, that could have been a big-time disaster.
Long throw from the right hash all the way across the field against their best defender. And Baker Mayfield was very lucky that that didn't turn into a bad mistake.
Mayfield lofts it. Andrews had his hand on it, but it's broken up by Tankersley. 4th and goal.
Clemson was not fooled.
Down the middle. That one's caught by Arteta Scott. That's a first down for the Tigers out at the 47-yard line. This is Deshaun Watson all the way. He keeps his hand on his blocker and then down the sideline.
Watch Gallman and watch the left guard, Eric McLean, their leader up front. A burying block on the cornerback, Jordan Thomas, and then the lead block. They rush with discipline. They have a spy keeping an eye on him. They keep in their lanes, and they send them to their help guys. They've really done a nice job of limiting the big plays. Coming into the game, Oklahoma's offense was averaging 7 yards per offensive play. So far in the first half, Clemson is holding them to 4.8.
The Clemson defense that had to replace 8 starters from a year ago. Just over a minute to play. Striker coming on a blitz. Throw is complete at the 50. Peak almost broke it. First down, Tigers.
The short side of the field, he's a tall receiver. Perfect timing and throw.
Here comes Striker off the edge again. Watson's going to take off. Needs 10. Got 10 and a half.
Watch Gallman pick up the blitz of Striker right here. That's the one block Watson needed. Get rid of Striker, and then he sees a crease to run to the opposite side for the first down.
Wayne Gallman with him in the backfield. And he'll get the carry. This is what he did in the first half with a lot of success. He's had a good opening third quarter. Watson all day to throw. Now the pressure comes. And he gets it out to a safety valve, and it's Leggett finally getting the catch and close to a first down. I think he's got it.
Only a 3-man rush going against 6 blockers, but Romar able to get in there and force Watson out, and Watson dumps it down because I think he's the most underrated player on their team.
Here's his numbers right now. It's Arteta Scott picking up another first down near the 40-yard line. Second and 8. Here's an option. We haven't seen much of that. The late pitch. And it's a first down, and it's a bunch more. Collision time at about the 17-yard line. Brooks and Ahmad Thomas.
What a nice change of pace by Tony Elliott calling the option. Oklahoma has to stop the quarterback run. Devontae takes the quarterback, but they're not disciplined on the pitch. And a little different wrinkles.
Watson got it inside the 10 to Renfro. It's first and goal, Tigers at the 4. Touchdown, Clemson. The Tigers are back in front. Wayne Gallman from a yard.
Beautiful block by Tyrone Crowder, the right guard, to cap a perfect drive to start the third quarter for Clemson.
And Mayfield on the keeper, doesn't get anything. In fact, he loses a yard. Blitz coming. P-Ryan going down.
Sometimes you blitz to get to the quarterback. Sometimes you blitz anticipating run. This was a run blitz. They outnumbered them. There weren't enough white shirts to block. And a beautiful play by Kevin Dodd coming in there as well.
P-Ryan still down.
DJ Reader, number 48, in there as well.
On 3rd and 14, play action. Mayfield's in trouble, and down he goes. And it's the same guy that started the play before. Dodd with a sack, the 4th of the night.
The back couldn't help mixing in for his first play, not able to get enough and take enough steam out of Dodd. And Dodd making up for the absence of his partner, Shaq Lawson, with a huge sack.
Gallman off the right side, broke one tackle, broke another. Wow, what a tough run by Gallman to the 45.
Watch the right tackle, Joe Gore. 73 does a beautiful job knocking out Devontae Bond.
Gallman again, bounced off, a collision, and got another first down, and took the helmet off Stephen Parker.
Because Watson ran so much in the first half, this guy looks like he has fresh legs and extra speed. And he's playing in a little different gear than anybody else right now. Changing it at the line, Lincoln Riley.
And the direct snap to P. Ryan, he runs into a wall and he doesn't make it. Kendall Joseph was the first guy who got help from his friends.
Watch the freshman. He gets in there and makes the first contact. He comes on an inside stunt. Austin Bryant makes the first contact on P. Ryan, and then he's got teammates there to clean it up.
They've got the fresh back, and here he goes again. Wayne Gallman all the way to midfield. Devontae Bond brought him down, but barely. 21 more yards. Renfro in the slot. Watson rolling to that right side and throws on the run, and he got right through down the sideline. Touchdown. There's the security blanket again. That gives Clemson a little more security. 29-17.
Clemson comes away with the touchdown.
Tony Elliott said about number 13, he might have the best football knowledge of anybody on our team. He knew what to do there, didn't he? 70-yard drive, 4 plays, 35-yard touchdown pass. It's 30-17 Tigers. Mayfield, slant, tipped, intercepted by B.J. Goodson, the middle linebacker.
Goodson played this just perfectly, reading the quarterback's eye. When you're in zone defense, your eyes are on the quarterback, not on a particular receiver. Watch Goodson just read the quarterback and move with his eyes right into the throwing lane and gets the interception.
Here comes a blitz. Mayfield flushed, probably going to have a holding call. Oh, man, did he get drilled by Moeller and company.
Right over the middle, working against Carlos Watkins.
That's the 5th sack of the night. Here comes more of the Wayne train. First down, Clemson.
And there's nothing that takes it out of you faster than a running game. When they come right at you and punch you right in the gut with an offensive line firing off the ball and a guy running like Gallman.
Watson draw play. Gallman broke one tackle, and now he's into the secondary. Tripped himself up, or he might have scored. First down, Clemson.
Well, when you start seeing some missed tackles, here's a missed tackle by Stephen Parker. Again, it's fatigue. That's 77 offensive plays now.
In the red zone again. Watson fakes the run. Now he will run. Finds some room back to the left side. Inside the 10. Oh, what a block on Stryker as he got to the 7. And that block was Artavis Scott.
Deshaun Watson is looking to throw back on the roll. It wasn't there, and when he takes off, Artavis Scott's going to come from the top of the screen.
I think Jermon Hopper was wide open, but he didn't see him. And at the end of the play, there's the collision. Gallman, touchdown. His second of the night from 4 yards out.
Just power running. Power running and power blocking up front. Joe Gore, the right tackle. Stanton, Seckinger, the tight end on that side. And then Gallman just runs through the arm tackle of Stryker.
For the second time tonight, pulling out of the station and pulling in the end zone. Clemson with a 20-point lead. Mayfield scrambling around again, throws on the run, tipped and intercepted by Boulware. The linebacker out of Anderson, South Carolina, who said, "I was born to be a Clemson Tiger," maybe just took the last Sooner chance away. Well, 34 years ago, the guys in orange won it all. They did it in the Orange Bowl. And now in 2015, they're going to get the chance to play for all the marbles for the win in the Orange Bowl.
Now take a look. One side of the stadium, the orange is still sitting there, savoring this moment and this victory. The crimson side starting to file out.
Deshaun's going to throw it in the stands, or as far as he can throw it into the Clemson stands, and it's over. The Clemson Tigers are the Capital One Orange Bowl champions.
Our team has shown heart and guts all year long. And it's amazing to me that, you know, I told them, you ain't favored to win the damn game, but we ain't no underdog. You know, everybody out there, nobody believes in this team except these guys. It's been 34 years since Clemson played for the national championship, but it ain't going to be much longer.
By the time I get to Phoenix, get to Phoenix, get to Phoenix, get to Phoenix, get to Phoenix.
Watson rolling out, takes a downfield shot, right in front of the end zone. Touchdown Tigers as they answer.
All Deshaun Watson has to do is imitate this year, and he'll win the Heisman.
The absolute front runner, the clear-cut front runner right now is Deshaun Watson.
Now they hand it to Henry, who's met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Quick penetration by the excellent defensive end, Kevin Dodd.
We've never had a team with only 9 returning starters make a national title.
Brent Venables and Dabo Sweeney, those two guys, they've done such a good job.
He rushed for it. Keep Watson in the pocket. He escapes. Deshaun Watson shows some of that wizardry.
What more can be said about Deshaun Watson and his performance?
In the mix as a potential playoff team in 2016, and that's because Deshaun Watson, the Heisman finalist, the only player in FBS history to throw for 4,000 yards and run for 1,000 yards in a season, is going to be back. Deshaun Watson under center and the Tigers in contention in 2016.
Coker wanted to get to the edge and now drop for a loss.
Can't say enough about Clemson and the effort that they put forth tonight. Shaq Lawson playing with everything that he had to just be on the field.
Pressure again. Watson escapes again. A lot of green grass in front of it. Another first-time scamper for number 4. He is so tough to stop.
Deshaun Watson's the best player on the planet. That was abundantly clear to me.
Greatest performance I have ever witnessed by a player whose team lost the game. In any sport that I've ever covered, ever watched, I've never seen anything like that before.
If Coker tries to get the lead, he's hesitating, dropped in the pocket. All the protection is breaking down big time now.
We stand toe-to-toe with everybody in the country. This program doesn't take a backseat to anybody. We can play with anybody. We can beat anybody, and that's a fact.
Pick up 24 yards, and now it's Gallman slashing free. Wayne Gallman from the pocket. A strike and a touchdown again. It's Renfro.
Deshaun Watson was insane. I mean, he threw for over 400. He ran 20 times for over 70 yards. He was all over the place, and it was amazing watching.
Deshaun Watson had 478 yards of offense to himself last night. Again, legendary performance.
Coker steps up in traffic, dropped for a loss.
And with Dabo, it's something he said even before the game. He said, listen, we're going to win a national championship at Clemson. I'm 100% believe he'll do that. He built a program there. He hasn't just built a football team.
It's been a long time since we've stood on top of the mountain, and but we're not quite there, but we can see it, and we'll get there.
And a handoff to Gallman, who smashes straight ahead and scores. Tigers go strength on strength and take the lead.
It's one thing to be 14-0. It's another thing entirely to be 14-0 with a nation of people literally rooting for your program because they love this coach who is sensational for college football.
You feed Henry. And you got to take a hat off to Lawson, Reeder, Watkins, Dodd, and the backups in that Clemson defensive front.
Yeah, they've done a great job up front.
Watson, a dart, Scott, scores!
At the top, number 1, Clemson. Has to be with Deshaun Watson coming back. As long as the Tigers have him, they have a chance. They have a load of talent coming back. They will be favored to win the national championship in 2016.
Henry, hit in the backfield and dropped by Kevin Dodd as the monster night continues.
This is what you hope for. And to me, we had 2 championship teams playing for 1 trophy. Clemson, to me, did everything to impress me as a championship caliber team.
Deshaun, where do you most need to improve heading into next season?
Nowhere. I mean, just my whole game. I'll really start back when we get back to school. Watching this film, fixing the mistakes I made, and getting back rolling.
Watson flushed again, flips it short again. Gallman showing toughness, still running. Determination. Gallman's in the loose. Cuts it back. Are you kidding me? He is so tough, so determined. Said he's a linebacker in high school, and he may not be the quickest. He's quick, but I think so much of his year has to do with that kind of determination.
I think at least the nation saw tonight why we've been so successful. They saw the heart of our team. This is a team that just has incredible will to win and heart. And, I think they gave us everything that they had. Our team is built to sustain success. We've got the right ingredients from a toughness standpoint, talent standpoint, and then just the will to win and the culture that we have in our program.
Magical, special, amazing, and unexpected, and the Tigers gave their fans a night and a season they will not soon forget.